What's up guys, welcome to Munchkins Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkins logging in to bring you another The City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. And in this video, it's going to be a little bit special because it's going to be two particular fights in one. Basically, I'm going to be covering the Divine Light on a Dark Knight Intermediate EX, and of course we're going to go for the Expert as well. Basically, the difference is the intermediate is level 100 quest and only has 2 waves, and I do believe the expert has 5 waves. So let's get started. I don't really want to spend too much time on the intermediate EX because there is one trick to this, and obviously I'm using Kuja and a Kuja friend and Kate Sith here. I did use lightning before I used Kate, but I just couldn't quite get the score. However, I found that if you actually just change your summon to Sylph or Chocobo, your summon bar would fill up before you actually, get over that turn requirement. So in all honesty, if you have 2 Kujas and the other 2 if you have Kuja EX and a Kuja friend, this is definitely gonna be a lot easier. I'm just gonna lower the volume a little bit, and obviously that doesn't guarantee you getting the high score automatically. You still need to actually sort of figure out a way to lower your turn count, because even though they're pretty powerful, this was a little bit of a trick in terms of Square Enix. I feel this was like, oh, okay, you can use 2 Kujas, but if you don't pay attention to your 2 other characters, then you won't get the high score, because we're gonna limit the score to a little bit lower than you would think. So if you are struggling to get that 250,000 points in this particular fight, I would suggest, the main suggestion for this fight is basically to change your summon into a Sylph or a Chocobo, where they do charge up a lot faster. Because if you opt out to, say, use Ifrit, which is fine, by the time you summon Ifrit, the turn count is already in the 30s, and you don't really want that to happen. So that's just my little thing that I learned for myself, because I kept trying and trying. I mean, I had lightning with her EX and, very good artifacts and everything, but I was like skipping turns, and I'm just like, how come I can't get these 250,000 points? Doesn't make any sense. I'm pretty much getting like in the low 30s, I believe, for as far as the missions go, the target. So I just tried to see how much the max turn count was, but yeah, if you get in the high 30s in this one, I don't think you're gonna get it. But just to show you guys that I did do it, we're gonna be going through the same enemies anyway in the EX fight, so I'm gonna just show you guys. I got 322,000 on this particular team. Now with the lightning, when I retried it, I did get 280 something. You see if I can get that up. This should be it. And it did use Kuja friend again, but that's the one with lightning, and this ended up scoring 288,000. So definitely got the score that I wanted. And now let's take a look at the Expert EX, which is the 5-wave fight. I feel like I'm gonna be covering the intermediate EX here as well anyway, because of the bosses that you're gonna be fighting anyway. So I just like to concentrate more on the Expert fight, and this, I suppose this strategy applies to the intermediate EX as well. So the first one here is Lich, and for my team I do have Kuja, Paladin Cecil with the EX. Man, that cost me a lot to get the EX. I really wanted it. And I think I had to buy his 35 CP with power tokens. It was that bad in terms of pulling for him, but I'm happy that I did get it in the end. And I have Lilith and of course a Kuja friend. For my summon, I did opt out to use Ifrit. Now, there are a lot of other characters that you can use. There are a lot that are boosted for this event, and there are still characters that are very good even though they're not boosted. For example, like Bartz and Thancred. They're the most hard-hitting characters that we have here. Of course, Ace is really good as well, and she's boosted in this particular fight. I don't have Ace's EX. That was one of my biggest regrets. I actually went all out on him and never got his EX. But he's really good in here as well. Just trying to think of other... Aiko obviously is a good one. And if you have Kate Sith, obviously that's a good support character as well. But and I'm seeing a lot of people actually use Tifa as well. If you have her EX, she does hit like a truck, and the chase sequence is not bad at all. It's the same as Kane. Kane will probably be the better choice in some way, because his EX is just like Tifa's. It will initiate a launch. I'm not sure how the launch team sort of will fare in this particular fight. There is a lot of AoE stuff that are happening. I feel like that you will have to take advantage of, especially now where we have Kuja EX in the mix. Lightning obviously is always one of my favorite characters of all time, and I do believe she will fare pretty well here. Especially with her turn count decreasing ability. And Beatrix obviously still good up to this date. And I can't really think of anyone else. So I'll leave it at that as for characters that you can use. I'm sure there's others. If you check Reddit, I do believe there is like sort of a guide or a call to arms. I think it's called, and it's a very beautiful way for people to post their teams. And sometimes I do look at this, and in my suggestions, like what I see as the overall popular vote or or interesting team. If I don't have my own, if I don't have the time to actually make my own team and try that team or attempt with that team, I sometimes go through this one. And I do believe McNull is the one who started all this, and I do. What I'll do is I'll probably post a link to his post, and I hope you guys have a look at it. He's got a lot more on different events that are coming, and I'm sure you guys will appreciate it. Whoop, what happened there? I'm sure you guys will appreciate that. So in any case, let's get through this. I think I've rambled on long enough, and I'll try to remember to post that link when I upload this video. So again, I'm sorry this is late as well. I have been working and didn't really find the time to record. So in any case, the first fight is going to be against the Leech. The Leech is basically, I don't know. Basically, it's the thing that you probably hate the most with the Leech is Death Cutter and Curse. So Death Cutter removes all your buffs without frames. So every time you get hit by this, it's always so annoying. But other than that, I mean, Curse will come in later, but take advantage of the weakness to fire and to holy elements. But otherwise, it's a single mob fight. It does have quite a ton of HP, I must say. So having a Paladin Cecil here actually benefited me because his longevity is just insane. If you are planning to use another character, I don't know how long they can fare, but Paladin Cecil's longevity is something that actually made this fight a lot easier for me, at least. So overall, the fight is not too scary at all. Thing that you have to worry about is that cutter, but obviously that's the first move that it will always use, I believe. And you know, if it does target a character that will buff, I suppose, you can't sort of not buff just yet and then, you know, buff later. It's really up to you. To me personally, you can just reapply the buff. It's no big deal. Next set, wave number 2 is, I do believe, the avian, can't remember, ferocious avian, that's it, and a booster machine. Now in this particular wave, I opt out to kill the ferocious avian first, because I hate that it has the ability to buff itself and then, you know, max, it goes all the way to its max brave, and I really hated that, so I actually concentrated on that more. But overall, it doesn't really matter who you attack first. I suppose if you have the good enough DPS, you shouldn't have any problem with this wave. This wave is actually pretty easy and never had any problems with it. If you are using Kuja, I do recommend trying to save your Ultima as much as you can. You only use Ultima when it's not in Ultima Plus just yet. That way you're still doing HP damage, and you can use the plus version for a holy ring instead until you manage to get his EX ability. That way you can just keep using holy ring, and obviously you can use Ultima. The only reason why I don't recommend using Ultima is because of the next wave, which is the Iguion. And this one, I mean, you guys have seen this fight so many times. Basically, if one of them dies, one will buff itself and regain some of its HP. Now, the one way to not make this effect happen is basically to kill them both at the same time. And what's the best way to do that? And well, the best way to do that is actually to use 2 Kujas during a summon phase. So that's exactly what I did here. So basically use Ultima Plus, and you know, make sure the damage is split even, and Lilith does have her whirling edge as well, which splits the damage as well. So now you can see I swapped out my Paladin Cecil for my friend Kuja, and I should get enough to summon after the boss's turns. So you guys will see that in a moment. I do believe I do get broken here, well, at least my Kuja does, and there you go. And this way it all lined up perfectly. So now I can summon, and my friend Kuja is ready to unleash all the Ultima 9 plus, and basically end up killing this in 3 turns of my summon. Now it's my Kuja's turn. You see, I actually save a lot of the Ultima Plus. And the benefit of actually killing those two bosses, I suppose, during the summon phase is for some reason, the White Priest will not use the perfect dodge. This way, you can attack it straight away or apply a debuff, and in this case, I had Lilith, and obviously you're gonna be using Ultima Plus to deal as much damage as you can for both the ads and the White Priest. And now I'll use Malice, which will push itself further down the line. The White Priest actually doesn't have a lot of HP, but obviously it saves you the trouble of, you know, those extra turns, basically, because of using perfect dodge, and you end up having to kill the ads first, which wastes some of your abilities, and then attack the White Priest afterwards. So That's one way to not I suppose to not see the perfect dodge. As far as I know, I actually know that would work, but as far as I know, it does use perfect dodge straight away. So that was pretty amazing on my part, like finding that out. So it was luck. So the last wave is going to be the Sand Kraken and the Holy Dragon, which is going to be the same as the intermediate EX. So in this one, I opted out to kill the Kraken first. The only reason being is for its tentacle Brave plus HP attack. The Holy Dragon, I wasn't worried too much. In saying that, I do believe it is weak to, resistant to Holy? No, it's not. Sorry, I take that back. It doesn't have any resistances. So Paladin Cecil works. Anyone really works. It has weakness to dark base abilities, and yeah, I mean, it's up to you guys whether you want to kill the Holy Dragon first or the Sand Kraken. I just feel like the Sand Kraken is more of a threat rather than the Holy Dragon. The Holy Dragon though has the ability to use Howl and removes all the debuffs on it without any frames. So that's one thing, and it'll use it about halfway through its HP, but otherwise it's not really a threat. I don't find the Holy Dragon as a threat at all. I mean, it has Heavenly Wrath, which is a melee Brave plus HP attack, but other than that, even like its most scariest skill, which is Heavenly Ray, is only a 10-hit group Holy Brave magic attack as well, so it doesn't really do any HP attack. I mean, there's a chance that you will get broken, but you know, I don't really find that threatening. So in any case, that's how I beat my light and dark event quests, and I think I'll end the video right here. It's pretty self-explanatory now what you need to do. Basically kill one and then concentrate on the next one. Anyway guys, remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful at all. As always, I'd like to hear from you guys. What team did you use to beat this event quest? And of course, I want to hear you guys' teams in different ones. So I want a team for your level 100 intermediate EX, and of course I want your level 120 expert EX team as well in the comments down below. And make sure to follow me on Facebook at Munchkins Gaming. You can add me as a friend there, and follow me on Twitter at Munchkins Gaming. This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.